By now, you've been practicing balanced plates, mindful eating, and creating meals that leave you satisfied. So week 9 is all about connecting those habits while listening to your body through that intuitive regulation so that you can make changes that last in the long term. So intuitive regulation is about learning to respond to your internal cues while still using the skills and habits that you've built in momentum. Your balanced meals, your awareness, your mindful strategies. And it's not about throwing structure out the window. In fact, it really works best when structure and intuition go hand in hand, because research shows that eating based on internal cues rather than external cues can improve psychological well-being, reduce emotional eating, and support healthier overall eating patterns. So that's exactly what we're aiming for here. We're building confidence in your choices without feeling restricted or stressed. So you may or may not be familiar with the concept of intuitive eating, but in many ways, we have already been doing this. We are integrating these concepts into our everyday eating so that you have the ability to balance your goals with your long-term health and mental well-being. So the original intuitive eating model contains about 10 principles, but I've really grouped and framed these specifically for the Momentum program and the ways that we have integrated them. So if we look here, we have number 1, rebuild connection with internal cues, our hunger and fullness and satisfaction. So you've already practiced hunger scanning and really consistent protein intake, and now we're refining your ability to detect early hunger, comfortable fullness, and what satisfaction feels like. Number 2, reduce reliance on external cues. So this is about perfectionism and the should-dos. So many of you have spent years following strict plans, or you've had plans that you've really tried to stick to and found it very difficult. So intuitive eating helps you shift from the question of what am I supposed to or allowed to eat, and shift it to what makes sense for my body right now based on my goals and my hunger. Number 3, removing the moral labels from food. Food is not good or bad, and research actually shows that this moral labeling increases your guilt and increases the loss of control around eating. Plus, it ends up making you feel terrible about eating foods that are objectively delicious. Number 4, integrating flexible structure using the skills learned in Momentum while attuning to internal cues. So this is about gentle nutrition. It's still evidence-based nutrition, just without rigidity. We're not abandoning structure, we're applying it in a more flexible way. Then there is emotional awareness. That's differentiating between physical hunger, emotional urges, and those habitual cues. Intuitive eating doesn't encourage or deny emotional eating. It helps you understand where it's coming from. And then that body attunement and respect. It's connecting our well-being with our food and our movement. And it doesn't mean you have to love everything about your body. It means that you're acting in ways that respect your body and your schedule and your current goals. So here is really the key reminder. Intuitive regulation is a skill. It does not happen overnight. But by practicing consistently, you'll start to really trust your body more, your cues a little more, and rely less on the constant tracking or external rules. You might even notice that by tracking and becoming more aware of what you've been doing, you've already been doing this and started to make those small adjustments. And you can maintain that long-term momentum towards your goals. And for your lifestyles, I know you guys are busy, you have demanding jobs, you're performing at a high level. It builds that self-trust needed to maintain your progress without burnout. So in Momentum, we believe that long-term success comes not from perfect tracking or restriction, but from confident, informed, and mindful eating.